Hello folks, this is David Hurley of EasyChessTips.com, your pub chess bluffer. And tonight I'm looking at a problem posed by Bobby Fischer in one of his chess training books, based on a game that he played against Raymond Weinstein in the All-American Open, I think, in 1960. In the problem, Bobby Fischer is white, Weinstein is black, and Bobby Fischer has just taken a pawn on h6 with his queen, and this problem has proved difficult for a beginning chess student of mine to understand, and so I have been asked to lend a hand, explain this problem. So let's have a look at the problem as posed by Bobby Fischer. So he's saying that right now the queen has just taken the pawn over here, and black's rook here cannot take the queen. That's what it says here. Here we go. Queen o torukoto dekimasen. Naze deshouka? Why would that be, do you think? And then he explains here, if the rook takes the queen, I, Bobby Fischer, with my white rook, can head down to the back row. So it's a back row problem. So let's have a look at it on the analysis board. So here is the game, the position as set up for the problem. And we see that the queen has just taken the pawn on h6. So let's play through the mistake. So the rook takes the queen. それは間違いですね。実はこのルークが there we go, b8 へ、check, and knight takes the rook, and now the rook can take the knight, and this is, as you can see here, this is checkmate. なんでか理由はね、bishop. The bishop defends the rook on b8. You must keep your eye on the long diagonal here. So this is checkmate. The king cannot move. This is the only square. This is also check. The king cannot take the rook. Torenai ne. Bishop ga mamoru dakara. And no other piece can take the rook. And also, jama dekinai ne. No other piece can come between the rook and the king. And so that is checkmate. So now Bobby Fischer was playing Raymond Weinstein, not you or me. And so Raymond Weinstein probably did not do that. What Bobby Fischer therefore gets is a big advantage. Let's go back. Let's get rid of my... Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning, down here, of the problem. So you can see that Chess is recommending this move here. This is the only possible move. So this leads to, well, I don't know if it's the only possible move, but it's the best of a bad set of moves. What happens if, let's say, black attacks the queen like so? Let's see. If black attacks the queen can simply take the rook. And then again, if this rook takes, we have the same situation. So that would not work. So Chess is recommending something like this, at which point we can defend. And what happens now? The queen takes, the king takes the queen, and it's still losing for black. The bishop comes in here for some reason, and the queen goes check. Now that's the reason the bishop can step in, but the queen takes, and he steps in, and the queen takes, and that's still checkmate. So checkmate will come if you do not do the move that Chess recommends. Where was it? Let's go right back. Go right back to the beginning. The only thing that black can do is to move his rook down here. Black must defend this b8 square. So he needs the knight, the rook, and the rook to defend against the rook, and the bishop. But now, this is where Bobby Fischer gets the advantage. He's taken one pawn, and now he can capture the bishop. So this is a winning position for Bobby Fischer. Okay, I hope that helps enlighten you as to the reason why black cannot take the queen on h6 with his rook. That's all from me for now. David Hurley of EasyChessTips.com, your pub chess bluffer.